friction finishes our escape in A Way Out.
There we go.
Once again, I am Brandon Carey, and joining with me is Sam Callahan.
It's me. Hello.
Hello.
I'm Leo. That's me.
Hello.
Hello.
All right. So I guess I will be
Starting good.
Vincent again, and you will be Leo, and we will probably end up finishing this game by the end of this stream. It probably even take an hour. It actually might take an hour. It might take about an hour.
You underestimate how many times I can die.
It's gonna be great. In case you forgot, last time we found out that the person we're looking for, what's his name again? Harvey is in the very specific area of Mexico, and we are going to Mexico to find him and take him out.
He's in a very specific part of the whole country of Mexico.
Yes, and we are getting some errands done so that we can get ready for the plane ride over.
I'm gonna open the shit out of these hangar doors. I'll never see it coming.
You never see it coming. It's been a long time now since I played Persona 5, and that song is still stuck in my head. Oh, hold on, I've actually got
Very
to,
memeable.
I've actually got to
Yeah, get standing.
shave some wood off for a bit. Give me a second.
Take your time.
It's important. You understand? This is vital to the RNG. I'm manipulating the RNG in this game so we get the right ideal outcome for the end of the story. It's important for our speedrun. You understand?
That's how you get the secret ending.
Yeah.
Guys,
This
come on,
saves like
I'm
5
looking
minutes
for you
off the
alive.
end time. You'll see. He's like, we need to shave. You need to shave this thing down. It's like, aha! I already got it shaved part way. I knew.
Aha! Okay, does this count for gravity?
Damn it.
Kinda.
Alright, I got this.
Eh, not really.
Alright.
The logbook, come on.
So we can leave whenever we want, but there's a bench press, and that should probably get a bit swoller before we go. You know.
Well, I'll just wait till I show you my brand new technique.
Oh, you gotten some training in since the last time
Oh, yeah.
we played.
Day and night practicing.
Almost there.
Get buff.
Fuck. I'm bad at this.
Alright. That's buff enough.
Alright. Let me show you my skills.
This
Fucking
game,
watch out,
0 out of
Mr.
10, there's
Universe.
only one weight bench.
Alright, 1.
Oh, well, I can hear you over. I can hear you through my head. I can hear me through your headset.
Because I'm not wearing a headset.
Mm.
Joke's on you. Get pranked.
Ah. Okay, Ashton Kutcher.
I could probably wear a headphone over
I actually hear
here.
legit he's a pretty sweet guy IRL. Like he made a lot out of himself after being on
Come on,
Punk'd.
guys, we're wasting time. I'm ready to go now.
I can't really wear full headphones because I have to pour some hydrogen peroxide in my ear. Stan.
Oh, did you get Did you get an ear infection?
Yeah, I got some kind of bacteria in there. I can feel it.
Crap.
So
Then
it's been bugging me like all
then
week.
don't worry.
And then I was
We'll
like,
we'll
"Fuck is the
deal.
peroxide?"
Hey,
We'll
Vincent,
deal.
look what I found. Let's play. Crap.
I mean, I can do it while we play. I'll just do the whole thing, just sitting at a 90-degree angle.
Perfect score.
What? Fuck you.
Come on, guys. Get
It's
in the
pretty
plane.
easy. All you gotta do is wait.
Yo, check this shit out. Hold the R2 button and it drills.
All right. I guess we should
Come
hit
on, guys, get in
plane
the plane.
now.
We're ready to go.
What?
Leo, let's go.
Unless you got anything you wanna fiddle around with first.
Yeah. Yeah.
You ready to go to that very specific area called Mexico?
Yeah. I'm ready to go to Mexico, Mexico.
Yes. You're only
I
in
feel like if
Mexico
I just like went to a
exists.
plane, I was just like, yes sir, please take me to Mexico. I'm going to fly Delta to Mexico.
I have a feeling the air attendant would slap you upside the face. And go like, what the hell are you talking about? Mexico. What area of Mexico?
Yeah, you know, Mexico.
And
Hey,
now
Red.
this
Maison
is
Saint- not Maison Saint, that's in the scene.
You
Media
nervous?
res scene.
yeah, en medias res.
No.
Yeah.
You? A little bit. Just enough to keep me focused, you know? That's good. Yeah. You know, I've been thinking about your situation with your wife. I might have a solution for you. Okay.
I'm listening.
Okay, I'm
You
listening.
should write her a letter.
Punk ass bitch.
What? Look, I don't mean to interfere, but I had a similar situation with Linda. So I decided
Why
to
am I
write
not
her a letter.
surprised that him and
And
his
it
wife
worked.
have gone through some
I
tough
laid
shit?
it all out, and she gave me a second chance.
Yeah, you know.
You know?
Leo's a
It's
particular
shame
kind of
that
guy.
Writing a letter really
Yeah.
helped. You know? I mean, of course, it's up to you. I mean, I'm just saying that it worked for me, but it doesn't have to. You know. Anyways, look, I'm just
He's
saying.
definitely a mono red
it was a
kind of
good thing.
character.
That's
Really,
all.
really
Feel me?
emotionally volatile.
Yeah, well, I'm not really the writing type.
Yeah. I mean, it was just an idea. It's just. Anyway, congrats on the baby. I'm really happy for
The
you.
baby.
Thank you.
I want the baby.
Yeah.
Little baby. And we're gonna name it Steven. But it's a girl. We're gonna name it Steven. Okay.
You know,
We're
I was playing
approaching
Far Cry
the drop
5,
point.
and they had a note
You guys
kind of
ready
like
to
that.
jump?
Yeah.
If it was a boy, it was like Nick Jr., Nick 2,
All right.
Nikolai's. Like, if it's a girl, it's
we went
Nikita.
Vincent's way because Leo doesn't like heights.
And don't forget to pull the shooting time. Which one do I
You ready?
pull?
You see, there are 100 people on this island.
That one.
We gotta kill them
Yeah, yeah.
all before we get a chicken dinner.
There's 98 people behind us in this plane. I'm gonna drop out when they want to.
You ready?
Brandon, I'm having second thoughts about this plane. Can we turn around?
No. No, we cannot.
Alright, well.
Get on that
fuck it
plane,
then.
bish.
1, 2, come on, go!
Oh, watch this.
Oh shit! Wait, I can do this. I'm okay. I'm okay.
It's just like Crisis 1 all over again. Shout out to anybody who played Crisis 1. Alright, so the key is to go faster than you so you can't catch up to me and steal my money.
You're gonna have some fun.
Whatever it is to do.
You gotta pull
I
the
ain't pulling this
parachute.
parachute. Fuck you.
When do I pull the cord?
I ain't no bitch. I'm free flow. Damn it!
Oh shit!
No.
So
wouldn't work
now
anyway.
I had to catch you.
No, I'm gonna go faster.
By
You can't catch me, Dad.
the way,
Fuck,
this
wait for me.
you would not
Wait.
like. It would not take like we would be already on the ground by the time this whole exchange was over in real life. Just FYI.
Are you saying terminal velocity is a lot fucking faster than you think?
Yeah. Also, you're gonna die if you don't let me help you. You will die. What
do you
mean? Dead. The other thing called surface tension, you would have been dead.
Come on, go!
Physics are fun like that. Don't you like how fun physics can be when they involve lethality and killing people through
Wait,
through water?
I can do this. I'm okay. I'm okay.
Brandon, do you know what your microphone level is at? It sounds like you're clipping a lot.
No.
Like in your audio
I-
mixer.
I don't.
100?
I don't actually.
Okay. Might just be on my end.
Ben, fuck this!
My waveform was alright.
Hang in there, Leo. I'm
Alright,
good.
that's fine then. If it's just my end.
That motherfucker mission!
So the first time I did this with my my last partner, we did this.
He didn't make it, sadly.
No, what happened is that I already passed him in the fall, and I couldn't back out enough to catch up with him. So we were. I feel like we were higher up than we were.
Look, man, it's cinematic. I just wrote a shot list today. You gotta understand the emotions.
That's not funny, okay? I think it is.
Not a few hours,
Vincent,
but a few
you
hours ago, I was
ass.
really trying to convince my DP to do a shot for me that was difficult because I was like, think of the emotional value. I literally said it like that. I was like,
Oh, you did the David Cage voice?
He didn't recognize the voice, unfortunately, or the joke, but
So
he
you
just gotta
ready
get
to
this whole story. He's like, so why are we doing this shot? And I was like, the emotions, Tim.
Speaking of PS3, PS4 games, are you ready to play Uncharted 1 on co-op?
Be my guest. Just keep in mind that you
Uncharted
break off
1.
more than an arm.
Yeah, we're gonna play some
Yeah,
Uncharted
dude.
1.
I really love the co-op mod, Uncharted 1.
You ready to play some
Change
co-op Uncharted? Because we're playing some co-op Uncharted whether you want to or not.
I can't wait to shoot all the non-white people.
It just happens to be called A Way Out instead of Uncharted. It's great.
Relax, Leo. I'm trying to help you.
I feel
I
like
feel like we're
if you pulled
higher.
that shoot, it would just until you pull that shoot, it would.
I feel like we're
fucking
even
go,
higher
it's
than we
just
were the
fall.
last time we did this.
Seriously gonna ask me that now? Why not? Timing's perfect. Just face your fears, Leo.
How do I let go?
So you're gonna tell me, or should I just let you go?
Yeah, I don't doubt that you could do the David Cage thing. Oh
So,
man, the David Cage
what?
thing.
Are you gonna tell me or not?
That game's coming
I
out
love the
soon.
David Cage thing.
Down when I was young, now.
Yeah, it's like
I
the
wanna know
25th,
more.
something, 22nd.
Yeah.
For what? Come on,
Detroit
man.
become
Tell
two
me for
holes.
what? I fell down from a fucking tree and broke my arm.
Obviously.
Stop asking questions. That's it? You broke your arm? What do you mean that's it?
So all I do is
How
kill
was
98
8
people
years
and we're
old?
good.
Did
We'll
you
get chicken
cry?
dinners.
Okay, I've had enough. I'm letting go if you keep
I can't wait to kill all the AFKers.
Be my guest. Just keep in mind that you'll
All the
break
AFK
a lot more than
fathers.
an arm. I hate
Parachute on this island.
No, you don't. You got me? Yeah, I got you, Leo. Don't fucking drop me. Just hold on to me, okay? I'm in it. Don't drop
We got you. I got you, Leo. I'm not gonna drop you. As long as you hold on really
drop
fucking tight.
Leo, I'm gonna drop you.
That was the last time I listened to your fucking ideas.
Take it easy. You're still alive, aren't you?
I'm just saying, I almost died.
No, you didn't. Let's get going.
No, you didn't.
Shit.
All right, so let's play some Uncharted.
You're fucking
You think
wrong.
Harvey still got the diamond?
Oh no.
I do.
What makes you so sure about that?
The aspect
I don't
ratio has
know,
changed
gut feeling,
completely how I
guess.
play this game
It's
now.
not like it's easy to sell something
Yeah.
like Harlow.
I still don't get how the hell you pulled
Great.
it off.
Well, I'm actually good at what I do.
Wow.
I'm trying to find a way out of this wall.
Hey, title drop.
Come on.
Get into cover.
A way out in two holes. See, look at these Uncharted enemies. Look at this Uncharted combat sequence. You ready for it?
Stay low. Let's flank them.
Alright, Sully, watch my back. Wait, oh, okay. Oh, okay, we're shooting now. I wasn't prepared. Nobody gave me the hand signal.
That was the signal. The bullets were the signal.
Every video game has to devolve into gunplay at some point, doesn't it?
Yep. Also, don't die.
It's the way of all things, really. Do my sick rolls. Show this guy my sick cinnamon rolls. Ah, shit. That didn't work. Aha! Joke's on you.
Body check. I always love in video games you just smack someone lately with your gun and then they just fall flat in their face. Yeah, so this is
Get over
it is really weird that this game kinda like after all this time where you barely bring out any guns whatsoever through the entire game, the final like level is literally a co-op campaign from a first-person shooter.
Yeah, just something about it just seems so I
Typical?
always forget the word for this.
Trite?
It's just it just something about it just seems like it just all video games always come down to just violence. It's like no matter how interesting you try to make your story or how much you try to show non-violent ways to play a way out, it always has to end in violence.
Leo, come on, get
It always just boils down to third person with a gun.
Or
Like,
with,
I think that's
or
kind
with
of like,
any
like
other
it's not
or with
bad.
some,
It's almost like kind of a bummer.
like a
Because
cliche.
it's like, man, you can play darts, or you can like do some platforming, and then it's like, oh, but then you gotta shoot people.
or like a
in,
stealth
'cause of
puzzle
course
or
you do.
something.
Yeah. It's just it always has to end with you shooting people.
All right.
Ah, fuck.
Ambush sniper.
Alright, I'm going to the door. Fuck this.
And now I get a sniper rifle.
Vincent, cover me. I'll keep you covered.
I have to
from
cover
here.
you now. This must feel nice. Like I never played the guy on the ground for this section, but I wonder how it feels like to just see people just get off, like an NPC is helping you or something. There's no one. You can go.
Oh, okay.
There's one person.
You
who just
fucking
spawned-
lied to me.
He just spawned in.
I was lied to. I was betrayed. I think there's one more guy, right? Or did you get him?
I got him. I got the guy on top. You should be dealing with the guys in the middle.
More are coming.
Oh, there you are.
Fuck. More guards incoming.
One person. Okay, there were more people came in. Let's see.
Oh, I'm trying to get the.
I got him.
There we go. Thank you.
I'll get the guys on top.
Whoa.
Oh, there's that guy. I can't get his. He's in the corner. I can't see him. I can't see either of the two guys left. Oh, no.
Okay. I got him.
He came out of cover.
Vincent, cover me.
Again?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Proceed. Two more. Three. Way more than that. Guy that
What
won
you mean to
the
say one tango, two, and baby makes three?
Oh, that's you. If the game
Did you
didn't...
fucking shoot me?
No, the game stopped me from doing it, but I almost did.
Jesus Christ.
Hold your fire! This man isn't black.
Oh, that dove is really something special.
Yeah.
Come on, Vincent, help me.
I like that they just didn't change it. And they had to have known. They had to have.
Surely somebody was like, wait.
Looks like we're not using this bridge.
Fuck you, Dad. Oh. I thought we was just gonna try to jump it anyway.
Okay, now it's my turn.
What of you, huh?
Only one person can jump at a time
Bet
for
I'm
obvious
not on
reasons.
vacation.
Wow. I didn't know Mexico was this beautiful.
Didn't know Mexico was this beautiful. Man,
I
you
mean,
should go to
I heard
Cancun,
it's
everyone.
beautiful when you're not getting shot.
Just go to Cancun. It's lovely this time of year.
Vincent,
Dude,
help
fuck
me
no.
out.
I ain't going anywhere near Mexico. Literally, when a couple of friends of mine were shooting a documentary in Mexico about somebody, that was the same week that a couple of filmmakers, and they were on the same street, same day, a couple other filmmakers got acid thrown at them.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, fuck this, never going to Mexico. You can't pay me to go to Mexico.
Oh, that's how I feel about Georgia.
I'm sure it's a very beautiful country, aside from the violence. I don't know. I'll stick to the states.
I mean, I
'cause it's
can't,
also
I can't blame.
violence. I know.
I can't
United
honestly
States.
blame you. Though I would say that the U.S. isn't exactly a peaceful country.
It's not any better, really.
Yeah.
At least it's the violence I know.
It's the violence you're used to. Just the various gun violence in the country.
Yeah.
But
Just people shooting each other. I'm used to that.
and that's why we're playing A Way Out. I mean,
Yeah.
Uncharted, Drake's Fortune.
Could also be Uncharted 4. Squint a little. Graphics got a little worse on the Vita port right here.
Damn.
Or I guess the current fucking joke would be the Switch port.
Yeah. All right. More dudes.
How many Switch ports will come out at E3? Tune in to find out.
As many as there should be, except not enough.
Less. I can tell you, no matter how many, will be less than people want.
Yeah, because people want every game on the Switch these days, and frankly, I
No
can't
matter
blame.
how viable or reasonable.
And to some extent, I can't really blame them because the Switch is a really good platform, and I would love to see more games on it.
It's just there's sometimes when it's just like, not everything can come to the Switch, guys.
Yeah,
Like,
you
calm the fuck down. There's
And-
some games that are just not viable to come to the Switch. Like port GTA 5 to the Switch, and I'm like, yeah,
I think we're good.
and it'll be like fucking terrible. But you
Yeah, I mean they got Wolf 2 on the Switch. Wolfenstein
what?
2, Wolfenstein 2.
could. Oh right, I've heard about that. I need to see some gameplay of it. I'd be really
Help me
curious.
with this.
I hear even Doom on Switch works pretty well.
Yeah, I heard it was fine. I know that Hollow Knight is coming out on the Switch very soon.
That's
so
a
actually,
perfect.
right?
No,
Played
it's,
the
it's,
Switch
it's
version of
out
that
on the
game.
Switch actually. It's already out.
Route 4.
Oh, it just came out?
Always a
Yeah,
win.
and I recommend it
Shit.
because that to me, like having played that game, is the perfect Switch game. It's absolutely perfect for the Switch.
Yeah, like it's one of those things where like
Something
I
like
have a
that,
really nice
or-
PC, so
This should be easy.
it'd be really cool to play it on PC, like a nice 1440p screen or whatever. But then I thought about the Switch version, and I'm like, dude, fucking Switch would look so good.
Yeah. Also, it's a great game that you could take on the go with you. Like that's something you could take on your plane, like on a plane to a film shoot or something.
Totally. Which
Uh,
that might actually, yeah, that would happen pretty
like,
soon.
Like I deliberately went on my
Nice.
way to play Celeste on the Switch because that was again like one of those perfect games. Like that, the Switch is where I want a lot of small indie games to be. Like that's where that's the space I want the Switch to have it in. I mean, it's gonna have to have Nintendo games, which I'm also fine with, frankly. But
Can't complain about Nintendo games, really.
I also want that to be like the go-to platform for portables, and I think Nintendo has actually put themselves pretty well for that, at least for right now.
Oh shit!
Oh, you just got bodied.
Holy shit! You died fast. What was I thinking? Oh right, the Celeste thing. I thought about getting Celeste on Switch. Have you been playing it on Switch?
I beat the whole game. I didn't do any of the extra
Well,
stuff.
you beat, like,
I,
any side
I,
stuff,
yeah,
like
I beat the main
story.
story on Switch. I didn't do any of the side stuff.
Are
Because
you supposed to like give suppressing fire or something? Is that how it's supposed to work?
I need to get there and blow up the door.
Oh, well, apparently you can use suppressing fire. That's why they kill you so fast. Is you're supposed to shoot at them so that I can move and then I can cover you.
No, only one person to make it. The other person needs to lay suppressing fire.
Oh, so it's not a cover to cover thing. It's just
Yeah.
I need to shoot at them to have them not shoot you. Okay, there we go. Anyway, yeah, I was gonna mention about Celeste. Is how do you find the D-pad? Because that was the only reason I haven't thought about
It
getting on the Switch.
works pretty well for me, but I also did not hesitate to use the assist mode every now and then because it's one thing that just wasn't. Back off. Now shoot. Next time you shoot the barrel. Shoot the barrel in front.
Okay.
But yeah, it actually works for me. It worked for me
yeah,
pretty
if you think
well.
it's a big deal, then maybe I'll get it on Switch.
Yeah, I had a great time with it.
Cool.
Though I think the difficulty I had with the game without the controller was just the game got really hard at some point. At some points.
Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of like terribly hard games,
That's
although I do
what-
appreciate the market for it.
Also, don't be afraid to use assist mode. It's there for a reason. Use it if you're getting frustrated.
Did you watch the Mark Brown video on assist modes?
I did, and I think
Yeah.
I'm kind of in agreement with him. Like The first time I saw custom difficulties and that kind of thing was in the Thief reboot, and while that game is good dog shit in many ways, that was actually a clever idea that I would like more games to imitate.
Yeah. I just thought it was an interesting video because he talked about all the different ways you can do it. And if I remember correctly, his whole thesis was that Celeste did it best, where it's like, this is not the way that we intended the game to be played, but we understand that there are multiple reasons that you might need this, whether it be like disabilities or just inability to play, or you're just having a struggle with the level. I thought that was really cool. Like, I appreciate the idea of like, there's a message that's just like, we would appreciate if you played it this way, or at least tried, but
it also really fits with Celeste thematically. And I'm not gonna spoil it, but there's a big theme of like overcoming adversity in Celeste, and part of that is accepting help from others. So assist mode kind of fits in right well. It's like, okay, I might not be able to do it on my own, but with assist mode, I might be able to.
That's neat.
It kind of has a thematic resonance to the game, but that's not why that's a brilliant idea. Also, like a lot
even
of
though I'm not into like.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Even though I'm not like terribly into like really difficult games, like I kind of burned out this whole stuff some years back, I still appreciate the market for it for sure. Like I think it's really cool that people who are like really into the challenge of games aren't just left with multiplayer games these days. Like, there's plenty of single player stuff.
Assist mode isn't just like a flat out like this game is easier now. Like there are different like ways you can adjust it. Like you can make yourself invincible if you want. You can give yourself limited burst jumps. You can make it so that you no clip through things, or it depends on what you're feeling at the time. You can reduce the game's overall speed so that you can be more precise.
That's neat.
So there's like so many really interesting options in that mode, and it's really nice. That kind of goes back to another thing that I've seen in like the custom difficulties, where like going back to Thief and Dishonored, like they have a pretty cool thing in Dishonored where you can choose easy, medium, or hard as long as you also choose to make your own difficulty. That you can like adjust sliders like health regen, or if you're allowed to how fast health kits heal you, like, or enemy detection range.
It's almost like a trainer, basically.
Yeah, or like enemy detection range, or like anything. You can make it as easy or as hard as you want it to, and it's up to you. And the game doesn't judge you for what you choose, because there's no trophies in the game that say beat this game on hard or beat this game on impossible. It's just saying, did you beat the game, or did you do this cool thing in the game? Like, they don't, like, their game doesn't judge you. It says, okay, this is a sandbox. How do you want to do this? It's up to you. I don't really care.
I think that works, and like I said, I definitely appreciate the Celeste way, where, because like I really appreciate developer intention, where it's like, this is the way that we feel the game works, but I definitely appreciate that the ones that include messages, like, we feel it works best this way, but play it however you want. And it's a game. We want everybody to play the game, obviously.
Mark Brown also used Darkest Dungeon as an example, and having played that game, that game is fucking brutal, so I will take any concession the developer is willing to give me. So, do you want to confront him, or should I?
Oh, hell yeah, I want to confront him.
Okay. I mean,
Darkest Dungeon was slightly different, though, if I remember correctly, because, like, they... Initially, when they, like, didn't want to change the game at all, because I had it in early access for a while.
Yeah.
And then we did, like, the corpse thing, everybody just got pissed, and they have a thing that's like, hey, like, don't play it like this, but you can.
Yeah, the thing, like, the corpse thing is really dumb in that game, frankly. Yeah. Like, oh, the enemy's dead. It's okay.
Because I was like, this is stupid.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I turned that shit off. Like, why would you do this? What hell do you have for me, game?
Why the hell did you do it?
Okay, look.
I never actually finished that game because I actually never finished that game because it got really fucking brutal.
Over there.
Yeah. Something I love to finish eventually. It is also on Switch, I think.
It is.
That's a rumor. I think Darkest Dungeon is on Switch, isn't it? Or is it just
It's on Switch, yes.
Yeah. That's another game.
That's actually another game that's perfect for portable.
Yeah. PC's not really great for it, because I can't really stand to play that game for too long, or I'll just lose my mind.
It's on the Vita, too. The LOL Vita.
I have my Vita somewhere.
Oh, look! He has a gun in his safe. Why wouldn't he?
Who would have guessed?
It's also nice that both characters have, like, a reason that they'd want to be the one that does the deed.
Put the fucking
Yeah, it's not just like, ah, shit.
You gotta move.
Put it down.
I gotta move in such a way that
No
he'll,
way out of this. Fuck you.
wait a
You
minute.
can come into
Get me
my
killed.
house, Just give up. Not
Oh my
put-
god.
at this
I feel like
fucking-
after the first shot, I should just be fucking dead.
I will shoot him. Benson. Oh shit.
You gotta move him towards the statue.
Oh, okay. I thought I was just moving back and forth. I was like, Brady, you're such a terrible shot.
Let him go.
There's a stat like there's
statue?
no on the other side, like the glass case. I mean.
Oh, there's a marker. Okay, I didn't see that. So he's gonna try to juke me back and forth, so I gotta
will
kinda...
shoot him.
Yeah, you gotta juke him towards it. You gotta out juke him.
I will shoot
Are
him.
you a juker?
Ooh, right to the cheek. Ow.
Also, this is a very Scarface looking scene, isn't it?
Yeah. Dude, he's dead.
Yeah, this is very fucking Scarface. Even this whole mansion is very Scarface.
Yeah, the pool, I think, comes from a different film. Guy falling in the pool and dying. I don't remember.
Yeah. This looks like a fucking Hitman
Yeah,
level. What
this
am I
whole
talking about?
This is very, like, 80s mafia heist.
More
Yeah,
men
this
are
looks
coming.
like a
Crime.
fucking Hitman level.
Now, if this was co-op Hitman, then I'd be in.
Oh man, Hitman, that's a good game. I should know. I played it for a fucking year.
There'd also be like a billion videos on it.
Yeah. I'm not a billion, I'm like 40.
This man loves his Hitman.
It's a good game. It's a really solid game. Like, I know it's not for you, but it's a really solid game.
I mean, I enjoyed the game. It was just like, I enjoyed the base content. And then I was like, I'm good. They were really fun levels. I will play a Hitman too. But it was funny to see you and Brent, and you were just like, dude, this game's really fucking good. Like, every week you were getting like hyped for the new thing. And I'm like, that is kick-ass that like, they kept putting out stuff for people
Yeah,
who were still playing the game.
that game's post-release support, even after the episode came out, was fucking phenomenal. The elusive
Yeah,
targets were really like, I know some people didn't like them, and I understand why, because like limited time thing, you don't want to play on the game schedule, and I fully understand that completely. But for me, like that was the perfect excuse to get as much Hitman as I wanted to for that session and then get out. And
Okay.
like do no more than that I actually ever actually wanted to.
Yeah, I totally get that.
Because they're not long, and what I really do like the idea that, oh god, this is bad. This is real bad.
You're getting fucked up there, dude.
I really like the idea of, like, this, you have one try, go full force, and,
Yeah.
best of luck to you.
I think the one try thing is totally what makes those targets maybe
Yeah.
worth playing.
Like, it is, like, I consider it, like, in my Let's Play, like, the final exam of Hitman. Like, this is, like, you've been training through the episodes and all the other, like, side content. This is, like, your final exam. Are you a good Hitman? Can you hit the mans well?
So it's like Destiny. The game starts at the end game, so the real game begins.
Oh god, no. Unlike Destiny, the game is fun all throughout.
It's like Final Fantasy 13. Get like 30 hours in, the game gets good.
Oh man.
Yo, what's up?
The thing with FF13 is that the game does genuinely get better at that 30-hour mark, but asking someone to suffer through the first 30 hours of the game, that's a tall commitment.
Yeah, the funny thing was like I was having the most fun in the beginning. I was just enjoying the music, and I was just like, I don't know, like
other
I'm
part
not
is
very good
that-
at RPG, so like I just like the button that makes the battle go. Like,
The other thing is that, like, the good part, where it opens up, like, there's a big difficulty spike at that point. And, like,
Yes.
if you weren't ready for it, I can see you dropping the game at that point in time. Like, no, fuck this. I don't want to train.
like to this day, I'll mention it, and then Taylor, a friend of ours that you both know, I'll like mention it to Taylor. It's like, oh, I dropped it right there, and he's like, what? It's so easy, and I'm like, no, dude. Back then, like, I like didn't play RPGs, so I was like, what the fuck? This game's hard
But
now. Fuck this.
I
just
really
stopped.
do like the paradigm system. Like, I know it's very misaligned with a lot of RPG fans because it just, like, the game autopilot. But I like the idea that I don't worry about the minutiae. I can just focus on the high level. Like this is the kind of information I need right now, and the game will generally work with me here.
Yeah.
And
I
I,
really game a lot.
yeah.
Great music.
Oh yeah, the soundtrack is phenomenal. Guess I'm coming for you at some point.
I guess. Run to me, run to me, run to me.
Get on the bike.
Get on the bike. So I
Wait, this
move.
is literally just Uncharted 4.
Yeah,
This is just that second Uncharted 4.
I said we were playing Uncharted, didn't I?
Yeah, you said Uncharted 1 though. This is Uncharted 4.
They got better.
You made a generational leap.
Hmm.
Except this is like low rent Uncharted 4.
It's an indie budget.
Just like that
It's an indie budget. What do you expect?
God. I don't even remember the name of it is anymore, but there's this really, hold on. I can actually, it's on my Steam thing, I can pull it up while I shoot you guys.
We're about to complain.
With the what?
We're about to
The
escape.
plane? Oh my god. Put that plane there.
Yeah. You missed the pulling up. There's the
Fuck
fucking
this
plane.
shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Eh. Eh.
Wow.
Eh. Eh.
There we go.
Right at the last second.
Never a last second. We planned that the entire time.
Yep,
Shit,
all planned.
that was close. You okay? Yeah, I'm fine.
So we did it. We killed Harvey.
Hey, Emily.
We got our revenge.
Yeah, that was
You guys are crazy.
a fast climax.
With a
You're gonna
vengeance.
Have to pay me triple for this.
Got it.
How do you feel knowing that the game is over?
Listen, you're not gonna hear me say this often.
Well, I finally
But
found a way
thanks.
out of this game.
You too, Leo.
Mm-hmm. But I could not find a way out of these shitty jokes.
You know what? I think I'm gonna
Oh.
write
There's
that
no way
letter to
out of
Carol.
those.
I'm
a
glad
great
that
idea.
Vincent's gonna patch up things with his
Hey,
wife.
Emily.
It's gonna be great.
You have a
Yeah.
pen and paper? Wait, now? Why not? It's a long way home.
That's a
You
cute
got
ending.
anything better to do?
Yeah.
Not really.
You know, this game, like,
All right, then.
it's very cliche. Like, this game as a whole, the story is very cliche. But I like it.
Yeah, I mean, like you're totally right. It's one of those things though where it's fine, but I feel like if it just wasn't so cliche, I'd like it so much more.
Yeah.
Because I think it's also because I know it's by the guy who did Brothers, and I'm like, I know you can do better than this.
Because you
But
have.
I wonder if you just watched a bunch of like films of this era, and he's like, I just want to make a game like this. I'm like, fair. Like, do what you want.
There's Vincent
I-
writing his letter.
He's obviously learned a little bit also about like I enjoyed the little side systems, like the Connect 4 thing was cheesy, but it was fun.
Or the darts, or
Yeah, a bunch
the
of little,
horse,
like,
or
side
playing
activities and
horseshoe,
stuff.
or watching TV. Like, all that. Like, this game has some really good vignettes.
How are we doing?
We should be landing in
I,
10 minutes.
Okay.
At least to tie them up,
I
unlike
look
David
forward
Cage.
I look forward to their group's next game.
Sleeping.
At least, unlike David Cage, to tie up their vignettes together in something that's coherent and
Are
cohesive.
you okay, Vincent?
True.
Yeah.
You sure?
There was, unlike David Cage games, none of the
Yeah,
characters were like
I'm fine.
appallingly bad.
Yeah.
I
Cliche,
wouldn't say
but
that
there's
Leo
but there's something endearing about how cliche this
Yeah.
game is almost.
We there yet? Yeah.
At least
Yeah.
in my opinion.
I think this game is perfectly fine. I enjoyed it. It has moments for sure. I can at least give it that too. Like it totally has its moments, and it tries to make them worthwhile.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'd love to see more from Mr. Fuck the Oscars. I like
Yeah.
Brothers a lot, and I like this alright, so.
Oh.
Shit, are we pulling a Dog Day Afternoon?
Uh,
Hot references.
yeah.
Oh shit, we did.
Yeah, we kind of fucked up.
Fucking sell me
Um,
out.
Also,
Well, Vincent, looks like we're gonna have to find another way out. Roll credits.
I got one more thing to tell you, Sam. You're under arrest.
They finally caught me.
No, specifically, you were under arrest.
Oh no, he's banging at the door.
Buddy, stand down.
Wait, hold on, I gotta answer the door.
You're missing the twist.
No, officer. No, I'm good. Alright, you have a nice day. Alright, we good.
Here you go. Good job, Vincent.
Yes, you were under arrest. I am Officer Vincent Varelli. And you can get fucked.
I'm sorry, Leo.
What a twist! I'm about to find a way out of your fucking existence.
I waited. I played this whole game with you specifically so I could fuck you at the last minute.
So that's why you chose Vincent.
Yes.
Because you always wanted to fuck me, Brandon. I always knew. I was waiting for it.
You see, the person that your bitch ass killed during this whole thing was Vincent's brother. He never got over it.
Never found a way out of that guilt and anger.
And sadness. He was like, you know, this Leo dude, I can use him.
So it's yet another case of the poor Italian man getting fucked over.
I can
by the
use
American.
him, find Harvey, and then dispose of him when I'm done.
It's all there. Count it. Looks about right. Yeah, of course it is. You can always
Vincent with a mustache.
Vincent used to have a
I'm
mustache?
not trusting nobody, my friend.
Yeah.
Why
It's
did you
not-
shave it?
Well, because it looks too cop.
Yeah, I'm sure you are.
Doesn't
It's a
it,
very
though?
cop mustache.
Doesn't it look too cop?
I mean, you're not wrong. It's a very cop mustache.
The only people we actually killed
Said
in
we got
in the game were Harvey's soldiers.
It is.
Like, we didn't actually kill
Yeah,
anyone,
don't
any
resist
police
me, guys.
officer in the entire game. That was deliberate. We
All
knocked
right.
them out.
He's got it.
Finally.
Yeah, it's true.
The only people we killed were gangsters, criminals, deviants, vagabonds.
So of course, as with any twist, I have to ask the question: is there any way we could have seen this coming?
You never see it coming. But actually, yeah. Like if you play the whole,
Twist, and you can't, and there's no way to see it coming, then it's not a very good twist, in my opinion.
I don't know if you could have seen it coming, but it's not something that comes out of.
Any possibility, anything in the dialogue that would have suggested?
Well, there was the fact that Leo's contact didn't trust Vincent at first. It's because she smelled the cop on him, but couldn't put her finger on it.
Where's Harvey? Where's the Black Orlov?
Also, again, the fact that you never killed any of the cops, and Vincent is the one that prevented Leo from killing any of the cops. Like the fact that he is the voice of reason the entire game.
You that stupid.
It's not because he's a particularly smart individual. It's because he's a fucking cop.
Fucking cop.
It's all gonna rain down on you.
I don't think you can kill the
Alright.
people in the building.
Got it?
I didn't know it was even possible. As far as I'm aware, they either get kidnapped or you distract them with horses.
He's not gonna say a word.
Yeah. I know.
There's only one option now.
I'll get someone on it.
James,
Good read.
if you want Harvey and the Black Orlov,
Yeah, they don't explicitly. There's nothing
This is the
that
only way.
says overtly like
just
this
put me in
guy's
cell
a
next
cop,
to him.
but there's nothing
Yeah, I
that
mean-
contradicts
You're
that
close to this,
statement
Vincent.
ever.
You better sit this one out.
Like what you said is,
Gary was my
I guess
brother.
more what I was aiming for.
My flesh and
I
blood.
think I misspoke when
And
I
he's
said
dead
like
because of
anything
me.
that
I
gives it
put him
away.
in
It's
that
more
situation.
what you were saying. It's like,
I
are there
need
any
to do
subtleties
this,
that give you an
and you know
impression
it.
that it could happen? That to me is what makes a
Yeah.
good twist. Is if like not necessarily that you could see it coming, but that you can look back and be like, oh, like yeah, those
Yeah.
are some key
You're under
factors.
arrest, Leo.
So, in that sense,
It's over.
maybe too subtle for me, but also I'm pretty dense when it comes to this kind of stuff. But those are definitely some good points that you pointed out.
Nobody move! I'll fucking kill him.
Leo is
enough.
rightfully kind of pissed off at the idea that he was fucking screwed the entire time.
Alright, R2.
Get out
Oh
of my
damn it, I
way.
can't shoot him.
Stay away.
Why can't I
Don't
shoot
make
you
me
and take
shoot
over the
him.
whole
Also,
screen?
Leo
Myself?
is a loose
Enough.
cannon, but he's not a murderer. At least not overtly.
Back off. Get out of my
Yeah,
way.
It's not
he's
so
not a
far.
murderer of
Stay
white
away.
people, just the Mexicans.
Don't make me shoot him.
Take it easy, Leo.
Move and I'll
Also, he
shoot.
just likes to fire his
Back
gun in
off.
the air a lot.
Get out of my way.
Like,
Stay
just
away.
constant.
Don't make me shoot him.
This is great.
Move and
This
I'll
is
shoot.
great.
Hey, you guys.
Oh yeah, by the way, we're not done. We're not
Get
done.
out of my way.
I was lying. That wasn't the ending. We were not
Stay
done.
away. Don't make me shoot him.
How many
Move,
bullets from
and
this
I'll shoot.
Are
magazine?
you gonna get in the car, or he's gonna
Go
keep
on,
firing
go
in the
on.
air? You know, those bullets have to come
like
down
that.
at some
Yeah.
point.
He's gonna run out of bullets eventually, right?
The law of gravity is these bullets must at one point come
Back
down.
off.
You think that if he just keeps firing like this, eventually they... Yeah, yeah, also true. You think at some point they just look for him to point the gun in the
Get
air
out of
again
my
and then
way.
just fucking
Stay
shoot?
away.
Well, no,
Don't
Leo's
make me
choice
shoot
in the
him.
old couple is to distract them and then tie them
Get
up,
in the
not to
fucking
kill them.
car.
They're in the couplet
Go.
the entire time. They don't die.
No, I'm talking about with the gun. Like
No, I'm
right
talking
now with
to
the gun in the
to
air.
Cookie Boy in
You
the,
think
in
they
the
would
chat.
just fucking shoot Leo the second he puts the gun in the air?
I'm fucking trusting you, Vincent.
That was the point,
You need to
Leo.
calm down.
That's that's kind of the point of being
Are you
undercover.
serious?
If he didn't
You were
trust him,
supposed
I
to
know you're
trust me.
angry.
Angry? You haven't seen me angry yet. You backstabbing pig.
Please, just calm down.
Shut up. Just shut the
I
fuck
think I'm
up.
starting to warm up to this.
You
twist.
pig dog.
It's not bad.
Stop the car and let's talk this through. There's still
Oh,
a chance for you to do the right thing.
The right thing, huh?
Shit, man, I
The
can't
only
drive.
right thing here
Oh,
is
shit.
me pointing the gun right at your
Burn.
face. So shut up.
Burn. Oh yeah, just
Listen, Leo.
nail
Don't
it.
make this worse.
I love that
No.
despite the fact that I'm not reasoning with Leo, I can't reason with you, you're doing your part. But I still have the option to say shit, even though it doesn't really fucking matter, it's just kind of, storytelling.
Yeah. I do like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because I think that back in the day, people got into these sort of debates about the idea of, I believe they called them like empty choices, which are like choices that don't really mean anything.
It's role-playing.
And yeah, that's why I like it, because like it's all about thematic importance. Where it's like it doesn't matter whether it like actually does anything, because it's a co-op game. Like there's no unless you literally told me, hey Sam, you should probably like fucking stop driving.
Yeah.
There'd be no way to stop it. But I like the idea that you have the option to, from a perspective of Vincent. Like Vincent probably would try to say something to make him stop.
Yeah.
He wouldn't just sit there and wait.
It feels like, yeah, it feels like that would just be dead, like, uncomfortable dead air.
Yeah.
Damn it. Come on.
Oh fuck. Come on.
Okay.
Hurry up.
Oh my god,
I'm
I'm so bad
coming.
at this
I'm
quick time
coming.
event.
I'm coming.
I can't let you get away.
Fuck you.
Man, Vincent.
Get off me, Dad!
Oh, fuck. I actually couldn't have won that. That was gonna happen no matter what. That was gonna happen no matter what.
Oh shit. I don't get the alternate ending where I escape on the boat.
Alright.
Go, go, go.
I'm sorry to come down to this, Sam, but you gotta go down.
No, man.
This is the
We found a
true,
way out together,
this is the
Brandon.
true final boss of A Way Out. It's each other.
Good thing Brandon's a terrible shot. Oh shit, he's actually hitting me. Who could have expected this outcome?
Vincent, you crazy bastard.
I got an idea.
Yeah, it's a good thing I'm a bad shot. Good thing this helicopter keeps moving.
You know, this also kind of reminds me of is Splinter Cell Conviction. I assume that you have not played the co-op campaign of that game.
I actually have not played the Splinter Cell as a whole, even though like that's fully my thing.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten around to it.
fucking
I was not
insane.
into stealth games at the time those games came out.
I point out just because in the co-op campaign you're playing as an American spy and a Russian spy who have to work together in a joint operation.
Oh,
But,
that's interesting.
Spoilers, I
Like,
guess.
you
At
screw
the
each
very end, the big twist is that both of your agencies say you have to turn on the other person, so the final mission is literally just kill the other player, and whoever wins that gets you ending A or ending B. So kind of reminds me of that.
Also, there was
We should play Splinter Cell Conviction sometime if that's still up. If it still works. Great game.
there was
Wait, what the fuck? Wait, this is so unfair. I'm in the middle of the air. Wait, you're not even aiming at me. Come on.
Also, this is a supposed to lose fight.
What do you mean? I'm gonna make it in my family. Wait, can I even get under this? Am I just fucked? Hey, it worked. Yeah, I got a plan.
It would help if I could actually.
Sucker! Oh shit, the helicopter stops. Damn it. The helicopter's conspiring against me. Oh, okay. I did the thing where I got to the end and then it just scripted me anyway.
No, it happens no matter what.
Oh, even if
It
it
just
doesn't
happens
zero?
earlier if the health reaches 0.
Oh. I guess the pier just goes on forever then, or I guess
Yeah.
no, it would have just ended there. Because I had durability left, so. Just no matter what, you will hit that gas tank.
Yeah. If Leo's a fucking loose cannon, you need to put down like a fucking dog.
There! Down on the right! See him running! Set us down over there!
Okay.
It's over, Sam. You can't run.
No.
You've nowhere left to run, Sam.
I'm gonna find a way out, Brandon. You can't stop me.
So I actually really do like this finale sequence.
All right!
Yeah, it is cool
Come on,
thematically
hurry.
to have a game that has normally been cooperative and having players work together to suddenly turn against each other.
I feel like this game, like this final sequence, is written first, and the whole game around it.
I'll go this way.
All right.
'Cause that's
You think
what-
they started here? Sorry?
Yeah,
Is that what you thought?
I think they started here, and then they wrote the rest of the game around the idea of these two people betraying each other at the last minute.
I could see that. Because this is certainly one of the more interesting parts so far.
Get out of here! Go!
Don't do anything stupid, Leo.
Shut up! Just go! I don't want to hurt you, Emily. Just get out!
You know I can't do that.
Don't fucking push it! This is between me
This
and
is a
Vincent.
personal grudge match
Now
going
get
on
the
right
hell out.
here.
Get out!
You didn't screw me, he did.
Find a way out, Emily!
Go!
A way out!
Leo!
That conveniently gives Leo a gun for what's the
Please
actual
stop
final
this.
boss fight of this
Yeah.
How's it
game.
feel to stab
A
someone
shootout
in the
between the
back?
two of us.
I know you're disappointed, but Harvey killed my
Disappointed.
brother. I had no choice. I can't fucking believe this. I'll talk
I mean,
to the
you could have had a
captain.
choice. You could have
We'll
been like,
reduce
hey
your
man,
sentence.
that ain't really
My
Leo's
son-
fault.
You're a dead man, you piece of shit. What about your son, Alex? Shut the fuck up. Don't you mention his name. You don't get to mention his name. You hear that, you piece of shit? You're a dead man. You piece of shit.
Oh, we're not using the top down.
Yeah, it's literally
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and say that if you win, you cheated because you've already played this before, so you know this whole fight, this layout. And if I win, I'm a god. All skill.
Also, I'm not good at shooters, so you might just win all based on that.
Had enough?
Oh fuck, that cover
Plenty
get
more
destroyed?
bullets.
Oh, there's like auto aim.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm also
Or
really
auto
not
aim,
good
aim
at
assist.
shooters, so you're probably gonna win based on that alone.
Based on my hot Call of Duty strats.
Close. I do like this. I probably am gonna lose this because I'm really not good at shooters. But I really do like
No,
this
Leo
competition.
deserves the victory.
Also, yeah, Leo totally got fucked in this whole charade.
Yeah, really? I mean, granted, straight murdered the dude. No denying that.
Leo, if I have to, I will take you down.
I swear to God, I am aiming at you. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Had enough? I got plenty
My advice is
more
get
bullets.
good.
God damn it!
Okay, yeah,
Leo,
you're definitely
come
hitting me.
on. We don't
Not
have
as
to do this.
literally just not quite as much as I'm hitting you is the only difference.
Yeah, okay, that.
I think I'm like close to half, so I'm like just barely ahead of you.
Throw your gun.
So do these cutscenes play out differently depending on who goes to half?
I don't know. I lost the last one,
Easy. See?
but I would imagine so.
Push it away.
Yeah, I'd have to imagine it just.
Leo, don't do this.
So I guess it means there's just two different endings.
On your knees.
Yeah, there's one where one wins and one where the other
I
wins.
said on your knees.
Yeah, fair.
How do you feel about this now?
Killer man. Are we gonna fist fight? Or we got more shooting to do? No, we got more shooting. Okay.
Yeah. You got one more fight to win.
I want to do my Metal Gear Solid 4 fist fight. I don't even know where the fuck you are anymore. Oh, I found you. You can't win, Anakin. I bought the high ground. I've purchased the high ground. Is it bad? The first thing I thought it was like, where's my grenade? I'm just thinking in video game terms. I'm like, I need my grenade to flush him out. Also, you're going to have to take my word that I'm not screen peeking. The Halo 2 Code of Honor.
That's fine. It wouldn't matter if you were.
Oh man, I'm playing as honorable.
Yeah, you've played more shooters than I have. Good game.
I mean, to be fair, you could beat my ass in any strategy game known to man. The shooters are the one thing I have, Brandon. Let me have this.
Yeah, that's to be fair. I could beat you at most other games.
I would say just about any other game, really.
Yeah. Especially card games. You're fucked if it's a card game.
I'm fucking terrible at card games.
Let me tell you about that card advantage. It's valuable. Blue is a really strong color. Look at these sad men, sad beating each other up, like a fucking Yakuza game.
Oh man, I don't want to punch him when he's down.
You have to.
Oh.
Do it! Do it!
Make my day. Oh, now they gotta make me feel bad. I have a kid too, you know? I also have a wife and one child. Oh, interesting. So you both get a chance at it. So, like, if you were close...
Well, no,
it
it
might actually come down to the wire.
it triggers a certain threshold of one person's health being lost, so...
Oh yeah, maybe then it would always be a sliver of difference.
Yeah.
Unless you were to, like, somehow shoot each other at the exact same moment.
This is
I'm
kind
kicking the
of...
memories right
I'm not gonna lie, when I first played this, this is kind of fucking... This is kind of cheap. like... Not cheap as in, like, it's poorly produced, but cheap as in, like, emotionally, manipulative in a weird way.
Yeah.
Which
I mean,
is
it's
a
just
weird
like-
criticism because, in some level, all media is emotionally manipulative. That's part of its job. But it seemed like this kind of like is a little unfair. Like the game didn't really earn this.
I think it's partly that, because, like, this, like, I like the characters just alright, but it's not, like, this, like, crazy long epic where,
Yeah.
they could have flashed back to stuff that had happened during the game if this was, like, a RPG link. 2 is, the second thing. The second thing was that the shots are fine. Like, the flashback shots, like, even aside from the fact that, like, they're fine, maybe a little cheap or whatever, but I wonder if they're just not terribly necessary. Like,
Yeah.
there's already enough emotional weight behind the fact that they're punching each other to death. Like, I don't need the flashback to feel bad for these
Also,
guys.
I think the more health you have, the easier it is to do the tapping QCE.
Yeah, there's no way to aim away. There's no way to just fucking throw the gun off the roof or something, because it has to end.
Yeah. Well, one of them has to kill the other.
Yep.
This scene doesn't really make sense if they just decide, oh no, it's okay, and just walk away.
Actually, I think we're fine. Just both walk away from each other.
But I guess Leo has found his way out.
Yep.
I actually did end up like
Vincent's gonna find a way out of
yeah.
consciousness.
Last time it did end up being the Leo ending for the last guy I played this with as well. But I did look up the Vincent ending and it's very similar. It's just the survivor tells the other person's family what happened.
Yeah, I kind of figured that you could almost literally just change the models, like just swap them out, and just be like, hey, like Vincent's the one standing and Leo's the one dying on the ground. It's like, yeah, it's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah,
Like, these characters are not different enough that they would really have different scenes.
exactly.
Which is kind of the problem about having both of them be fathers with a wife and child.
Yeah, in Leo's case, he
single child.
just kind of drops Vincent's letter off as like the final goodbye, anonymously. And in Vincent's case, Officer Vincent stops by and explains everything in his capacity as a police officer. Explains the entire charade to his wife, to Leo's wife. Oh, I should give the letter to you.
Nah, I'm good. That would be a great final shot. He just reaches out and he's like, nah, and then just fucking stops. Oh, come on. Sorry, my arm's a little janky. It's got a mind of its own.
Did too many bench presses.
Yeah. Drank like a lot of coffee this morning. Got a case of the shakes.
Oh, that
Wait a
makes me
second.
feel, that
these
makes me feel,
3D
that makes me feel
models, are
bad.
these, like, I guess they are models. They kind of look like digital art, like a texture or something, like a dragon's crown thing.
Mm.
Like, they look 2D.
Kinda.
I think it's just the lighting or something.
You're making me feel bad, man. Okay, I guess I'll give you one more shot. But yeah, like I like this idea. I like the idea, like at the end of the game, after you've spent this whole time working together, that you finally stab each other in the back in one-on-one duel. I think it's a bit weak.
Yeah, I won't say that I'm not moved by it, because I am at least a little
Yeah.
bit, but it could have been so much more.
It's also the fact that I've seen this a second time, and the first time I was like, wow, I didn't actually expect this to happen, and all this is really fucking cool. Now that I've had the benefit of
Yeah.
hindsight, it's a little easier to kind of like, this is a little manipulative in a way that I really don't think you earned.
Yeah, just go back to my original problem. I just wish the story and characters were better, because the ending can only like work as well as the story it's based on
Yeah.
and the characters it's working with.
It's like, as much as Telltale isn't the best example of these kinds of games anymore, their first season of The Walking Dead,
Ooh, that ending.
the ending was the very first thing they wrote. That's confirmed by people who worked on that project. But they did that a lot, like, that worked a lot better than this. Because they spent a while building up those characters, so you were very invested by the time that game was over. Even if you did like me,
Yeah.
where you just played the whole thing flat out, like right after all the episodes were released. Like
I
there
would
was
also
still
have to wonder if Telltale worked better because you had a longer time with them over the course of like 15-ish hours, 5 episodes.
12 hours.
Yeah, and I would
Yeah.
also just argue that Telltale, in The Walking Dead Season 1, not Telltale in general, but
Yeah.
in that particular season, the characters were just really well written.
Yeah, they were really
for the most
strong. Although it's weird that the entire game is like engineered so that only Yumi, Krista, and Clementine survive.
Yeah.
And I guess Kenny, because they retconned him in season 2.
Yeah, you know. That's always been the Telltale problem, but at the time, we didn't really realize that was a problem.
Yeah.
And Season 1 still works, knowing all that. Like,
The
even if you
magic
know
was
the rigging
still
is-
kind of
like,
fresh in
works.
season 1, where season 2 and beyond, we started like, okay, this is the formula.
Carol,
Yeah, I mean, that's
I
just...
just want to
That's
say
always
that
been
I'm
the
so
Telltale's
sorry.
problem, and I think the reason that they have to
I'm
change
sorry for
something
the
is because,
broken
like, once you
promises,
realize how it works,
not being
it's
there when you
not
needed
really
me.
fun anymore.
Yeah.
It's like
I'm
like
sorry
watching
for no
Game of
longer being
Thrones
the
or like
man
some
you fell in
other
love
popular
with.
show and knowing who's gonna live and die by the
Like,
end
we're
of the
talking
season. It's
like
just like,
we
well,
talked earlier
what the fuck
about
do I care?
these
Get to
end
spend
choices,
together.
but like to some extent, those
No,
are multiplayer choices because you're affecting the
I
tone
don't
of the
wanna miss
story,
a
it's not the
second
actual
together
content.
with you and our
But at
beautiful
some point,
daughter.
when you realize that's all you're
If you let
doing
me,
with the choice where it says the game
the
changes
husband
based on how
you
you
once
play,
loved,
that's technically true, but
the
not
father I
really.
know I can be.
Once you
Yours
realize that,
forever,
the magic kind of
Vincent.
dissipates a bit.
It's a really fucked up letter to give her, because I guess she just has to assume that he's dead if she's just getting just a letter.
Yeah. Well, no, like they're having a funeral, for Officer Vincent Morelli.
Oh, so is that why the beard is because it's supposed to be?
It's been
days
there's a
later?
time lapse. There's a time lapse. Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's why I worried about the beard. I was like, how much later would it be? So yeah, he didn't give the letter immediately. He gave it well after she knew what had happened.
Yeah. Once the truth had come out and the funeral started getting planned out.
Okay, that makes more sense then.
And if you're Vincent, you just you show up a couple the same time, like just a time skip as well, where he grows his mustache back, and he comes in as an officer and explains like, oh yeah, I dicked your husband over and he's dead. They don't actually say what they don't actually explain what he said, but they show him talking to the wife. You just kind of assume because
Yeah,
what else
the
would we
classic thing. of
what else
just,
would he actually be
lips
saying to
moving
her?
and no voice.
Are you sure no one was following you?
Yeah, we're fine. Let's just get going.
Are you okay?
I am. I'm fine.
And they're skipping town because it's a little hot for them right now. Yeah. See, the funeral was already in
The way this is tonally and the way it's shot and everything makes me think of very middling cable TV show.
You mean like basic cable, like?
Yeah, like a Bravo TV or something like that.
I was thinking like Spike TV, but yeah, somewhere along those lines.
Yeah, like something where it's like it has its fans and people who are like, yeah, it was good, and then most people just never see it. Like, it has that kind of tone about it, where it's like obviously like there was some work put into the shot work and the story and all that, but like it's just so average.
Yeah.
It's so like I get the emotional tone, but it's not really ringing it out of me the way I feel it should.
Aim!
It's weird
Like,
because
Like
Brothers.
a weird husk of a thing because like it's doing all. It was built up better. This would be a really good shot right here, a really good
Yeah.
moment. But it's got the look of the. It's got the right look,
But
but
not
it's missing
like
all the meat. All
it's
like,
missing the
characters I
context
wanted.
that makes that moment resonant.
Yeah,
Um,
it reminds me a lot of You're gonna be like, how the fuck do you pull this one out, guys, Sam? Of Medal of Honor Warfighter of all games, because that game also ends with a funeral. And I remember I wrote part of an article that never came out talking about that and how like it's a really beautiful ending about the nature of soldiers and people coming home alone or people come home with just bodies and leaving their wives alone and such. But like the game was so bad that it basically just made the ending look good but be otherwise terrible.
yeah.
And
It's
it reminds me
also
so much of that for anybody who's played that game too. Like it's such a bummer.
It's also weird to compare this to Brothers, The Tale of Two Sons, and you kind of have to. It's inevitable because the same guy made
Yeah.
both games. Where Brothers really works primarily because it is a video game. Without the interactivity, that story just flat out does not work. Especially in the context
right.
of,
I mean,
of that
yes,
final scene.
like- No, it doesn't work. Yes, you're right.
But this game, I feel like if this was like a 2-hour like sci-fi original movie, this would probably have a similar impact on me personally.
See, the way I think of it is I think it's like a 12 episode like TV series.
Like a Netflix original.
Yeah, I guess that'd be more accurate than like a basic cable thing, like a mediocre Netflix original. One of like a short season show, maybe like a 6 episode, something like that. And it's just like, yeah, you know, it starts off with the guys meeting in prison, then you have a whole episode dedicated to them breaking out, then you have like a whole episode about them, you know, getting ready, and you have one episode that's in Mexico with all the fighting, and then like the final hour-long episode is just the epilogue or whatever.
And to be clear, I feel like this game is better than anything David Cage has ever produced by far. Like it's even with that criticism, I still think that this game does what it wants to do fairly well. Not particularly well, but fairly well.
Yeah, it is completely competent. It's a fine game.
Yeah.
If anything, it almost speaks to how our this might be a weird way to look at it, but it almost speaks to how our standards of video game storytelling have raised so much in just the past decade, if anything,
Yeah.
even the past 5 years. Because I feel like if I played this a decade ago, I'd be like, wow, what a game, like what a story.
Yeah, like this is
But now looking
we're
at
in
it,
a
I'm like,
post
video games have
last
come so far.
we're in a post Last of Us world.
Well, it's like that and The Walking Dead and like, you know, the games talked about, or even just like you said, Brothers, like specifically video games where the gameplay is intertwined with the story.
Yeah.
And the gameplay resonates with the story.
I feel like this game sits halfway between like a Brothers and like a Last of Us, where Last of Us kind of relies heavily on the storytelling, the cinematography, and the cutscene design, and like the game is pretty most part just filler between those kind of story beats.
Yeah.
Where
Last of Us could basically be a movie.
Brothers was entirely around its core mechanics, and if you don't have those mechanics, that game fucking does nothing for you. It's just it's worthless without the gameplay. Where I think this is somewhere in between, where it's not quite like, I think it's more in the Last of Us end of the spectrum, where this game doesn't necessarily need to have been a video game to do the job that it wanted to do.
I would say at least not entirely.
Yeah,
maybe
it's not
this game
exactly
specifically,
it's not
moments. There,
yeah. It's
like,
not
there are
all the
certain
way
co-op
on
moments
that.
we talked about during this. There are certain cooperative actions that are cool because it's a video game, because it involves both people.
Yeah.
I feel like they kind of squandered that towards the end for sure, because it just became obviously shooting, and it was like, wow,
became
this is
Uncharted. It
Army of
became an
Two,
Uncharted
this
game
is
with
Medal
two
of Honor,
players.
Call of Duty.
Yeah, like an Uncharted game.
Yeah. It was just like, I like the co-op part is cool, where you're sniping while I'm going through, but I'm like, boy, this is still like, I could play a million other co-op shooters that are like this.
And you can conceivably one person can
It's
still.
kind of cool because I like the idea of co-op puzzles, like the guard thing at the very beginning with the toilet.
Yeah, that was
pretty
really cool. That was really
Granted,
cool.
you could just screen peek and like ruin part of the puzzle, but like it was kind of cool to have someone communicate with you and figure something
Well, even
out,
if you're
like,
screen peeking,
something
the other person has.
asymmetrical.
Even if you're screen peeking, that person has to move the camera so that you can see.
Yeah. Like stuff like that is the part that I like about the game, and the part that I hope they further along with stuff like Brothers.
Yeah.
Is like Brothers was really good. Arguably, Brothers might have also worked better just because it was so simple. It had that one mechanic of the 2 analog sticks, which is why the gameplay was so resonant towards the end.
I feel like
this one, it feels like they try to get a little more complicated, and it seems like some of the systems worked out, and some of them were just like the shooting stuff, where it's like it didn't need to be.
Now that you
flop
say
in
it, I
every
think
game.
like the first, like up until you leave the prison, and right like from the betrayal onward, are the strongest points in the game.
Yeah.
And then there's the
Yeah,
middle.
the insurance section, whatever. The hospital sections, completely whatever, and all the stuff in between.
Well, it was fun being able to Connect 4.
Yeah, I mean, I say whatever in terms of
I'm
like,
I'm
the
joking.
gameplay,
I'm being a little facetious there. Admittedly, I'm being a bit of a dick.
But like in the sense that like the prison and the betrayal are the parts where the gameplay and the story are melding, and I feel
Yeah.
like that's what is you pronounce his name Yosef or is it Joseph?
I think it's
It's
Yosef.
Joseph. I feel like that's what he does best, and that's obviously what he's trying to do, and
Yeah.
I really appreciate that because I love games like I really do love games like The Last of Us, but my only problem with them is I like the gameplay, I like the story. I don't really care about them being put together.
Exactly.
So I really appreciate something like this because it is trying to actively use the medium of video games to tell stories that can't otherwise be told.
Yeah. I feel like it
So I
gets
hope it continues with stuff like that.
it gets kind of further away from that Brothers and like where it, like I'm arbitrarily putting the spectrum between Last of Us and Brothers. That's a bit arbitrary, admittedly, but I think it's
Yeah.
layering away farther away from Brothers in the spectrum than I would like it to be.
But yeah, like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing more of what they do. Like,
Yeah.
I think if they learn the right lessons from this and reinforce what they remembered from Brothers, they could pull a really cool game out.
And to be fair, and to be clear, this game apparently like sold super like double what they were expecting it to sell. So we will probably see
which is
more.
awesome.
We will probably end up seeing more of him and his
Yeah,
studio.
I think that guys like him should definitely be in the industry and trying to think of new ideas and come up with new stuff. And I feel like there should be more people like him who are trying to intermix
Yeah.
gameplay and story together.
And I am curious to see how else he'll explore the medium, because he seems to be doing that a lot better than I've seen a lot of other people do in recent years.
Yeah.
Not to say that not to say that there are bad game designers out there. I mean, there are, but a lot of them are like, it's complicated. It's a hard industry to get into. There's a lot involved in making a game.
And I've always like, especially as a filmmaker, I think it's people talk often about like, oh, you know, The Last of Us problem of like, oh, it's just good cutscenes and whatever gameplay, but they don't mix. And I'm like, I understand that's a real problem with games. Like,
Yeah.
that's a problem that's hard to solve.
But you also have to keep in
because
mind that
you want to have stuff like good camera placement, but
Yeah.
you can't. Otherwise, it's just behind someone's back the whole time. That's not very fun to look at, even though it's technically more in game. Because you know stuff like Haze, we've played. Where
Yeah.
it's like all in first person. It's like that's cool and all. It doesn't look very good though. Even
oh,
though it's
you
more
actually
video
played
game.
Haze?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm
I
sorry for you. That's a bad game. I can't believe I played it either.
But there is stuff like today's a little bit the recent game God of War, the reboot,
Yeah.
where they do the thing where it's all one shot. And granted, that must have been hell, but I think it really pays off because it really melds together the gameplay and the story in a way that blew me away. That like it totally works
Yeah.
because you forget you're in a cutscene because the camera just kind of moves away from you and then it just sinks back in.
Yeah. Dad of Boy was like that single shot. I was surprised. Like, it also feels like there's never really time you want to put it down. Like, you just kind of want to keep going with the game.
Yeah.
Forever. And
I would, and I bring up something like God of War because I would hope that Yosef would do something like that for his next game, because Brothers didn't really have, well, it did have cutscenes per se, and this one is obviously very cinematic. It uses like actual movie language and it uses anamorphic styling, like a specific movie aspect ratio. But I'd be really curious if his next game, if he could do something like a God of War where the camera just kind of unlocks from the back of the character or the two characters and melts the screens together and then just comes back. Because I feel like that's what he really wants.
yeah.
Because that way you can have your wide shots and your close-ups and all that and all the stuff he obviously wants from the shot style, his inserts and all that. But that way you can meld the gameplay better. Because that was the other problem I had the way I was. I like how it's shot, but it's also very much a movie and then a game and then a movie and a game, which is a common problem a lot of games have.
Yeah. I really like this game. I think this is a really good game. I'm glad I spent $30 on it. It's a flawed game, but a good one.
Yeah, I would definitely say flawed but good. That's the way I would.
And
put
I'm
it.
going to be especially
It is a game that
curious
I'm glad exists.
since you, I, and Chris are going to get together to play through Detroit Become Human when that comes out. I am super curious to see how this game will we'll talk about this game in reference to that. Because I imagine as we're not really down on this game, but we're being a little harsh on it, maybe a little unduly so. But I expect that once Detroit comes out, we're going to be singing this game's fucking praises as the god tier example of cinematic gaming this year, just by comparison.
I don't know. I think when I think of cinematic game, I still might say God of War just for that one shot. But
That's
maybe
true.
That's me speaking as a filmmaker.
That's
that
true.
does bother me.
God of War, like, I was thinking strictly in terms of like
To me,
the
God of
movie
War
games,
is
but
the
I forget.
future of that problem.
I was thinking strictly like in
To
terms
me,
of
God of War is solving that problem of the cutscene gameplay. The only problem with it is it's solving it in an extremely difficult way.
I was thinking more in terms of like the strict movie games. Like I still consider God of War to be a bit of an action game because
Okay, yeah, so you're talking about the Walking Dead
But-
and this and Beyond Two
Yeah.
Souls. Okay, yeah.
of this year. If it's like if it's strictly between like the quote unquote movie games, that's a really stupid term, but I'm struggling to find a good word for it, so I'm just going to use that right now.
Sure. Okay, in that sense, then yes, this game definitely comes out on top of most of the small pool, and I'm you know what? I hope Detroit's good because I like good games. I
Also,
don't expect
we're
it to
going
be
to
good
play it,
because-
so yes, I would like it to be good. I would like to not hate David Cage for once. I don't expect it to be good, but I hope it is.
You know, there's only one way to find out, and I guess we'll see when the game comes out.
Yeah. And you fuckers are going to see them. Going to see us when that comes out. Like I said, it'll be me, Sam, and our buddy Chris, who is streaming right now, Crash Bandicoot. So once this wraps
Our
up,
boy
I'm
Chris
gonna
from the Texture Pop. Shout out to
Yeah.
Dead Podcast.
to a fucking the long dead ancient history by internet standards.
It's ancient by the standards.
Yeah. But yeah, overall, really good game, and fuck the Oscars.
Yeah, man. Fuck the Oscars.
You can't say that you're a movie producer. You're not allowed to say that because your goal is to get an Oscar at
No,
some
man,
point.
I can be like one of those fucking film festival guys where I'm like, no, man, fuck the Oscars. It's all about the Cannes.
Or you're
Cinema
gonna be
Award."
like this hip indie bro, like film bro.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna. I fucking talked about that with Professor. I can tell you that story another time about like the festival runner guys who were like, no, man, I just go to
All right.
festivals all the time.
I just need
I
to-
don't work in Hollywood.
You already have the beanie, so I don't have to give you that. But I need to get you a scarf and some hipster glasses, and you'll be all set.
Perfect.
Do you already have a scarf,
right
or do
on
I
the
need to
list.
buy one for you?
I own a couple scarves, thank you.
Okay, so we got that. So all we need is the hipster glasses, and you're all good. You'll be all set. You got that
I might
full
have
attire going.
Yeah. I'll order some and get a picture.
Yeah, get a picture and make that your avatar. Fuck this
Great.
anime shit. We need hipster movie Sam on here.
Alright.
And with that, Interactive Friction has finished its run of A Way Out. I will get the footage to you, Sam, and we'll put this on YouTube at some point. I'm not sure when. Doesn't really matter at this point, frankly. It's not a game that people are rushing to worry about, so take your time.
Yeah, I don't think we're playing off the hype of the A Way
Yeah.
Out fucking footage.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So thank you for joining me, Sam. I'm really excited to continue Interactive Fiction in this way, in this kind of less intense, more spontaneous kind of way.
Yeah.
And I will see you, and I will see you viewers next time. I will be streaming Magic the Gathering on Saturday, of course, and on Sunday I will be streaming Ultimate Alliance 2 with Chris. So take care until then.
That's true. I'll stream at some point. I'll find a regular
Yeah,
schedule.
once you stop getting super busy all the time because of this say yes mentality you have this year.
Fucking working on 2 short films at the same time. It's great.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But that does it for us. Take care, team, and I will see you next time. Bye.
bye everybody.